Hi everybody, Ben here from Art Less Ordinary. So, I will show you the nearly dried artwork from last night. So this was from video number 200, which was the metallic pour, kind of oceany colours. Oh, sorry, I just got a little bit of paint on it, which luckily that corner was dry so I can rub it off. This is why it's best to wait till it's fully dry. Alright, so this is the artwork. So it's looking pretty dry. It's just not completely dry. It's a little bit of wet in that center area. But this is how it looks. So it did continue to change a little bit. That blue kept coming down and scrunched up that area. But it still looks quite good. I'm still happy with the results. So some of the metallics are showing more of the colour underneath. Where the silver's kind of got a ring, but it's left other colours kind of coming through a little bit. So as this dries properly, I'll try and take it outside and get a photo, or see if I can get some better shots of it. But while it's wet, I try not to touch it too much. I want to keep it away, but that is how it looks. I'm just going to pinch that because I might need that for tonight's pour. So that's this one. So what I will be doing tonight is I'm going to do another paper towel swipe. I have my canvas ready, so put my canvas down. It's not even. No, that made it the wrong way. So sometimes these ones are just a little bit out, so you just got to give it a slight twist to make sure it is even. There we go. Now we are in camera focus, aren't we? Yes, we are. So I am using a slightly thicker mix this time. So I have light purple, normal purple, and magenta. I keep forgetting I've got magenta. I keep using the light pink and forgetting I've actually got a magenta. So these are going to be the three colours, and I'm going to swipe with the white again, but I have added a little bit more paint to it to thicken it up a little bit, because last one I felt it was a little bit thin. And same with these. I made these thicker. So I use a different glue mixture to other people. I use the clear glue, and I do find that it is a lot more thinner than using something like glue all. So you have to adjust compared to what you've actually got. So these here are 60 grams paint to 50 grams pouring medium, which is my Elmers clear glue 70%, water 30%. So 60 grams paint. Whoops, I don't know what's fallen over. Oh well, we won't worry. 60 grams paint, 50 grams pouring medium. And this is the same as what I had last time. I can't remember the mixture exactly, but it's thinner than them. But I added more white to it and made it thicker than last time. So I'll have to kind of work it out. But you just make it so it's a bit thinner than your pouring colours. So I think now I just need to put these on the canvas. So I am going to go with the opaque colour first. So these will seem thick, but I find I just have to do things a little bit different. So the last one was good, but I felt like the cells didn't stay in shape as well because it was a bit thin. So I'm making this one thicker. Knowing my luck, this one will be too thick, and then I'll have to find myself a medium in between, where it's not too thick and not too thin. But we all have to do that. We all got to kind of figure out what our paints and what our brands are going to do. So that is how it works. So now we're going to go magenta. So there is no silicone in any of these colours. The only one that has silicone in it is the white, which will be the swipe colour. Okay, one more to go. So this goes for everybody. Try to figure out what works for your paints, your brands. It's not always the easiest to... Sometimes it just takes a little bit of practice to get, especially when you're doing something new that you haven't done before. Takes a little bit until you can figure out, and that's why I usually write down all my measurements on a piece of paper, so then I can figure out what I need to change the next time I do it. And the silicone that is in the white is Helmars silicone oil. Okay, so I found another packet of gloves. So these are going to be a little bit loose because they're a large. I think I brought these, but they're just a little bit too big. They still work. I am going to use my corner catcher so I don't waste too much paint. Like normal, just move it around a little bit first without going over the edges. Okay, that's that corner done. Bring the paint down. Sorry for being off camera, but we kind of know how to just cover a canvas now, so it's not hugely important. There we go. You can see a bit better now. So really all as we need to do is just cover the canvas with the paint. And I'm just trying to keep as much on as possible. I don't want to lose too much. Because I made it thicker, I want it to stay on the canvas. One corner to go. Okay. There we are. Now just look at your sides and just make sure that they are covered. If not, just use a bit that's running off the edges to coat that corner. There we go. Perfect. Alrighty. Is that in the middle? About there. Alright, get the gloves off. So I like using the gloves so I don't get paint all over me, but I like to get them off too when I feel like I can work better with just my hands and not having these thick gloves in the way. So I'm just going to stir the white just in case the silicone has settled at all. And we have our cut pieces of paper towel. So I'm going to swipe that way again. I don't know why, but for some reason I feel like I might be able to do that easier. So I've dipped it in, put it down, and swipe. No, not happy with that. It came off. Actually, I'm just going to overlap the next one instead of actually doing the whole thing again. So dip it in, place it down. It happened again. I wonder if there's a little bit less paint in that spot and that's why it's missing all the time. So I'm going to try one last time. There we go. So all I'm doing is dipping it in a little bit. Maybe a tiny little bit more there, that's better. Placing it down. And I'm going to hold it low while I drag. So hopefully it won't skip. There, much better. Might have been trying to do it too quickly when slow and steady sometimes wins the race. So I'm just doing each part, putting it down and dragging across. Trying to make my drags very straight and not go on angles, because doing it with the paper towel like this, you can actually see the marks that you make. I'm liking these colours. So I actually don't mind if I get smaller cells with this time instead of the larger cells. I wasn't as happy with the larger cells. And drag it across. Now I will have to say a thank you to Julie Katz, who I saw do this video with these paper towel like this, and I really liked the way that it looked. So I'm doing my interpretation with my paints. I've got the same paints, I just don't have the same pouring medium. So I should get slightly different results. Oh, it skipped. I'm going to redo that one. Is there only one piece there? It feels like two. No, must only be one. There. So the reason I'm not reusing that paper towel is because I'm using the edge that has the jagged bit from where it's perforated. I don't actually want to use a nice straight edge because I kind of want the grooves to go through. I am going to rotate this. I'm going to get paint on me again. Oh well. So I'm just going to lift it gently. And as you can see, I wasn't exactly straight with my swipes. I've kind of started in the middle and gone down that way. I'm not going to try to fuss over that or fix that. I think I'm having one of those nights where not everything is going to plan. I'm sure others have these as well, so I'm just one that I do a video and I post it. If it's not perfect, oh well, it shows I'm human. I think sometimes people are always expecting everything to always be perfect when it doesn't always turn out that way. That's the joy of doing art, I think, is you never really know whether it's going to turn out perfect or not. You just gotta have fun and hope for the best. One little skip right there. I hate it when things like that happen. I'm going to continue, and if I have to, I will try and fix it. There is still quite a lot of paint on this canvas. Because I made my paint thicker, I can actually feel there's a fair bit of paint there. But I do like these colours together. And I'm hoping that I get some nice cells with it as well. So this is one of those artworks that you pick the colours you like and do it your way. You can make your paper towels as big or as small as you like. My paper towels I have done thin like this for the simple reason that my bowl isn't very wide to fit much bigger. So that is why I have it this way. And I think with this one going a little bit slower and steadier is better than trying to rush it, because when I rushed it, that's when I made little skips. Okay, we're getting there. And as you can see, I move my paper towel around the canvas, not over the top. The last thing you need is to get a drip of paint at the last minute. I'm not going to worry about that. I think I'm going to make more mess than I am fixing it. Oh. So it's another really warm day again. 40 degrees in the house. Well, in the shade outside, but my house isn't a lot better. So sometimes when I'm doing a painting, I get a little bit, not frustrated, but I tend to rush a little bit because I'm overheating when I need to just take a deep breath and relax a little bit more. So now I've done that, I'm loving these little bits here where the paint is just touched. It's kind of, I don't know, giving little reactions. So now I'm going to torch it, but I'm going to go slow. You don't want to rush this part, not at all. So I'm holding it up relatively high and just heating it up and doing circles. I can see a couple of little specks. Once I see a couple of little dots appear, that usually means that a cell is going to form. So I'm not sure how big the cells will appear in this because my mixture was a bit thicker. But that's how you learn. If you do it one time and it feels like your cells aren't going the size you want, then next time you just thin it that little bit more. Got a little bit warm there and made a little bit of a cluster. As you can see, I'm only doing one side at the moment. Now I'm moving on to the other side. Whoops. So again, I'm just trying to go slowly and not get too many big clusters. It's not always easy. I'm going to come back to this side and check out a few more of the little spots that look a little bit bare. So I am getting small cells. So because I'm getting small cells, I don't mind getting a few extras in there. But still take it easy and don't overdo it in certain spots because they will come up in clusters. See how sometimes you get that little bit close and you get a whole cluster up here? Now I've got to stop soon because I don't want my blowtorch to overheat, which it probably already is overheating a little bit. Okay. Now, because I've used this for a while, do not put this where it touches anything at all. It will melt, it will burn, it will catch things on fire. So, where I do my art, I have a concrete floor. So I put it down in the middle of the room where if it tips over, it's just going to be touching concrete. And where I'm not going to touch it myself, or your children or pets won't go near it because it will scald. And you'll probably stick to it too. So this is really cool, but I did get smaller cells. So that is the result of having a thicker mixture, but I'm happy with that. I didn't want it to go overly wonky, and sometimes when you do it a bit too thin, the cells just go a little bit out of shape too much, and yeah, they can go wonky. So you've got to learn. I wanted tri-glue all because I heard it is better than what I use. I just haven't found a place where I can get it cheaper, well, cheap enough yet. So I'm going to keep looking. I'm probably going to look into it a little bit more. And I'm also going to try and get a couple of different silicone oils, different brands, and see what differences I get. I may not get any, but it's fun to sometimes experiment, learn a little bit more and see what happens. But these cells are coming out fantastic. They are clustered. Not all of them are clustered, but I've got little clusters, but they're beautiful. Even though they're tiny, they're absolutely beautiful. And I'm liking how I'm kind of getting rings and rows, and my cells are multicolored. So when they cluster, like see over here, they push into each other and you get different shapes. When they're by themselves, you get more of the circular ones. So that's the main difference when you get the clusters come up. But I love this. I was hoping not to get too many along my middle join. I wanted them more here and here, but I got a couple that got close to the middle join. But at least it's a bit more barer there, where you can kind of see where I've got some streaks happening. So it's time to bring you down for a close-up. And there we go. I am really liking these colours, and I love this type of swipe. It's a lot of fun. It's different to what I've already got. I'm enjoying it. So have a go and see what you think. If you want, you can use paper towels that have a straight edge. I'm using the jagged edge for the moment because I want these cool little like lines and effects that come through the middle. Like see there, I really love that. But awesome little cells. Some of them are tiny, all different colours. So I want to do this with a few other colours as well. Look at all those. So that's what I mean by a cluster, how they just push each other till they change shape. But I'm really enjoying this. So there we go for the whole artwork. Sorry it seemed like a little bit of a long video. I'll try and do another short one soon. So thanks everyone. I hope you enjoyed this. So like, comment, share and subscribe if you have not already. And when you subscribe, click the all button on the bell and it will notify you when I have new videos come up. So thanks very much. Have a good evening and I'll see you soon. Bye.